My name is Jacob Morgan. I'm the principal and co-founder of Chess Media Group and author of the Collaborative Organization, which is coming out July 9th of this year. The Collaborative Organization is the first comprehensive strategy guide to emerging collaboration in the workplace. It's really the first resource that looks at everything from evaluating and mitigating risks to building a strategy to how to structure your team, everything that an executive or leader or decision maker would need to know about making these types of collaborative tools and strategies work within their enterprise. There's been kind of an interesting trend over the past couple of years where all these different tools started off in different niche areas. Like Yammer started off as a microblogging tool, Confluence started off as a specific wiki tool. And what's happened over the past couple of years, or past 2 years, I'd say, is all these different platforms have started converging. Yammer is now just not a microblogging tool; they offer a full suite of features. Confluence, Atlassian's wiki product, is no longer just a wiki product; it offers a whole suite of features. So what's happening is that all these different products that started off in little niche areas are now sort of broadening out and offering full suites of platforms. Like, it's rare nowadays for a company to deploy just a microblogging solution that only allows microblogging, or a platform that only allows wiki creation and nothing else. All these platforms and different tools are starting to come with other capabilities and features. So, now when a lot of vendors deploy something, they really, they deploy a suite. They deploy a platform that allows for a series of capabilities instead of a standalone product. And so now the conversation has become more along the lines of, how do we make these types of platforms or tools work within the enterprise? Not so much niche individual products, but how do we make a platform work? Well, it's funny because I look at my little brother who's 19 years old, and he learned video editing and learned how to do all this stuff with video and film all by himself through YouTube stuff. So, when a 19-year-old is able to learn new skills and stuff like that by himself on the internet, it sort of makes you wonder what's going to happen when these types of future employees enter the workforce. They're probably going to expect similar things where they have the ability within their workplace to learn new things if they want to learn, to contribute to ideas if they want to contribute, to help others if they want to help others, and to provide feedback when they want to provide feedback. And unfortunately, a lot of enterprises today are just not structured like that. So a lot of these popular social and collaborative tools that we're using on the customer side, Twitter, Facebook, etc., are starting to make their way into the enterprise as far as like their concepts and applications go. And so organizations today are struggling to adapt. How do they keep doing business the way they always have done business, but in the context of how these cultures or how the culture and technology has shifted over time? And so I think what's going to be expected now is, the ability to connect and engage with employees, the ability to find and get information easily and quickly, the ability to discover information, and the ability to participate and engage on a level that we just haven't seen possible in the enterprise before. At the end of the day, the ultimate challenge that a lot of organizations are faced with is, how do we get employees to use these tools, right? We get it, there's value in it, we've deployed it, now what? How do we actually get employees to participate and start to use these tools? It's a huge challenge for a lot of companies. And there are so many variables that affect employee adoption. Everything from corporate culture. One of our clients is a very large grocery retailer. Very, very conservative company. Conservative to the point where every day people show up in a suit and tie, very formal attire every day to work. So you look at a corporate culture like that, where it's very conservative, and you all of a sudden want to deploy something that is all about sharing and collaborating. How is that going to do in there? So, it's a challenge. So you need to, not just deploy a tool, but you need to look at the corporate culture and how that's going to change and how that can impact the adoption of these tools. You also look at things like how all these tools are integrated into the flow of work for employees. So let's say I'm an employee at a large company or even a mid-sized company. And for me to get work done, I need to log into a series of different tools or platforms to get stuff done. Now all of a sudden you're telling me you're throwing in a collaboration platform to the mix. So now I have all my existing platforms plus this other one that you're telling me I need to use. So, that type of approach isn't effective, whereas telling people that this collaboration platform is going to be, the front door to the enterprise. Everything that you need, you no longer need to log into 6 different things. You can now log into one platform, this collaboration suite that we've deployed, and access everything from there. That's a much more attractive offering. So organizations are struggling to figure out, how do we do that? How do we position this so that is, not just coming from a place of corporate value, but individual value to the employees? So adoption is one of the biggest things. And again, the variables range from being able to integrate it into the flow of work, to culture issues, to training and education, to getting evangelists to spread the word about these things. Senior level executive support and buy-in is huge. So, if you deploy something within the enterprise and you as an executive or a leader or a manager aren't using it, why should your employees? And support doesn't just mean writing a check and, giving a video to all your employees saying why they should do it. It actually means being there yourself, engaging with employees yourself, and really having a voice and a presence there. And that's something that a lot of organizations are still trying to figure out as well.